Damn, that is beautiful. Okay, I want to get on here and talk about why I believe in God. So, first thing I want to say is that in science, when there's a hypothesis, it's a hypothesis. And that means it's not true unless it's tested, until some action has happened, some experience has happened. So I want to say that you can't really know something, no matter how much research you've done, no matter how many hypotheses you've done. You don't know if it's true unless you've experienced it, or you've tested it, or you've taken action towards it. And I feel like that's actually essential in developing or having even an opinion, a valid opinion on God. So yeah, I don't know how deep I'll go, but yeah, why I believe in God. I think it first starts with goodness, and defining like what God is, and because without like a definition of God, you can't really take action towards finding what God or who God is. So for me, God is the ultimate good. I kind of thought about that like myself, and then I saw Jordan Peterson talk about it. So I was like, damn, I'm on the same level as Jordan Peterson, which is just cool because he's a very intellectual, researched, well-educated, handsome man. And yeah, that's kind of cool. But anyways, I do think that there's an ultimate good, because if there is any good, there must be an ultimate good. There must be a highest good. And when I think about good, I think about people, and I think that there is good in every single person. No matter how deep you might have to go, I think there's good in every single person. And I also think the hardest good to find in a person is within yourself. It's hardest to find the good within yourself. I think that's especially why it's very easy to be pessimistic or atheistic, because we know ourselves and we know our perspective of ourselves. And we're experiencing life as us individually. But I feel like so I think these two perspectives are extremely important, to find the good in other people. And for me, I think the changing factor in finding God, or at least finding a belief in God, is seeing as good within myself. Because I think that can be the hardest thing today, with like addiction, with people, self-deprecation, negativity towards the self-doubt, and relationship with your image, your self-image, how you view yourself, depression. I think it's very easy to have a negative view of yourself. But I do think that there is good within you, even if you might not see it, and even if you might not feel it. That's the hardest part, I think, is feeling it. Because life is full of like shitty experiences, shitty situations, and horrible trauma that can happen. And it can definitely not feel good all the time. It can definitely feel horrible. It can feel negative. And there's a lot of noise in life. But yeah, I think it's very easy to shape your perspective of the world based on your current feelings and experiences and emotions, because that's all you know in that moment. That's what feelings are. But to look at a greater perspective, to look at your life, and especially, talking about in the context of, this is my story, this is how I found belief in God. I had to look at a greater perspective, because especially when you're struggling with depression, it's very easy to have an extremely isolated, extremely minuscule perspective of the world because you're so self-absorbed. Depression is you're just only concerned about me, about yourself, about if I'm feeling loved or nobody cares about me. And not to say that you're selfish. Some people might say that. But it's just the fact that you're self-centered. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about the love that you're receiving or that you're not receiving. And I think in this way, to a lot of people, it's very easy to be self-centered nowadays. Just to be focused on your almost be a little too present within your own emotions and not see this greater picture. Anyways, so how I found belief in God is this rule of practice, or this rule of empiricism, which means to see if something is true or real by putting it to the test, by putting it to practice, by taking action towards it. And yeah, so I think just in my life and through the circumstances that I've experienced in my life with the church that I was raised in, it was all about like one-time like miracle experiences. And like even in Jesus's time, like there was people, their faith was built by miracles, but Jesus still went on the cross and died, and they still didn't believe he was the Messiah, no matter how many miracles he did. So it's like faith cannot be produced and developed by miracles alone. It just doesn't make sense, because humans will always doubt. So, and this was me, and it may be you too. But yeah, miracle-based faith, I think, is really false. I think it never leads to something true. But anyways, the thing that changed everything for me was actually my own choice. Was to I guess make this choice for myself, because if I'm just gonna like, how can I say if something is truly real or not if I have not gone out and tested it myself, if I have not put it into practice? How can you say God is real if you're not praying to him? How can you say that there is no good if you're just closing yourself in your room and you're not opening yourself to good? If you're not making yourself open to receiving good or to feeling good? So I think with these things, it's like, can you really say you're trying your hardest to find the truth about God, or to see if God really exists, or to see if there actually is a highest good in the world, and especially good within yourself? So for me, I was like, I can't BS anymore. If I really want to find out if this is true, I have to practice. I have to do something daily to figure out. So I started basically praying every day, and that was kind of a small step I took. And eventually, of course, like I've been talking about, you have to build things up. You have to build it up. It doesn't just it's not a miracle. It can't just happen like that. It can't just happen in one instance, but it has to be built up. And yeah, for me, when I made that choice to actually try and practice, try and take action, that's when I actually started experiencing. And that's when I actually started developing belief, because I was experiencing things that I was not experiencing when I had no belief in God. And I'm sure there's probably a lot of intellectuals to say about all these fallacies, but if they have not tried their very hardest to find the truth about God, then I can't really trust their opinion either. So this is my opinion, this is my experience, but yeah, I think it's really just about giving God a chance, giving goodness a chance. If you believe good is true, if you believe there's truth if you believe there are principles in this world, that there is goodness, that the people are all good, if you have hope for people, if your loved one is a drug addict, he's going to jail. If God doesn't exist, this person is fully evil and bad, well, where's the hope? This is when the hope comes in, because it's someone personal to you. You want to believe that there's hope in this person, and that's how you can find it. Because you love this person so much, you're opening yourself to the idea that this person is still good. So this is what I mean. I think and if you're like this, if you really search, even in what might seem the worst people in the world, you'll find goodness. And for me, that's one way that I was able to develop my belief in God, that there really is goodness in everybody, and that's no coincidence. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. And yeah, I'm about to hit the gym super hard, get these gains, and yeah, thank you. Bye.